Hello, good evening, everyone. It's evening here, cool evening here in Rome. Just some minutes past 6, and it's already dark. I am standing before you at the very heart of St. Peter's Square, and right behind me you can see the huge Christmas tree and a part of the Christmas crib displayed here by the Vatican. And we want to talk about the presepio. The presepe, according to the Italians. What does it mean? This presepe, according to the Italians, is what we usually refer to in English as the Christmas crib or the nativity scene. It is from the Latin word presepium, which means manger, as already mentioned. So we can use any of these words interchangeably. I want to show us a display of various types of Christmas crib here at the Vatican, about 100 of them. But this is the one that is displayed this year. Every year it is changed. Now, the presepium is traceable to St. Francis. St. Francis, when he came to Rome to have the approval from the Pope of his religious rule, was returning to Assisi. And on his way to Assisi, we are told that he stopped at Greccio. At Greccio, he requested a man called John to make for him the nativity scene, to replay it for him, to recreate it for him in such a way that he could have a real experience of what happened in Bethlehem when Jesus was born. And this scene was created for him. It was so magnificent, it was so enchanting, it was so endearing that Francis was so captivated, and in his meditation of it, he had to spread a devotion to the infant Jesus represented in the Christmas crib, the nativity scene. What I intend to do this evening is to take us on a walk through the various types of the nativity scene, Christmas cribs. And as I do that, I will go on to give us a story of the history. And then I would also highlight some points, roughly 5 points, from Pope Francis' Admirabile Signum, which means enchanting image or captivating image, admirable sign. I will highlight these 5 points, and then we would be going on and seeing various images of the Christmas crib. Let it just be said at this point that the origin of Francis making Christmas crib is traceable as far back as 1223. Now, I invite you to accompany me as we take a walk along. So here is the entrance into the balcony of St. Peter's Square, where these Christmas cribs are displayed. Carissimi amici, io sto per fare una passeggiata verso i presepi qui alla piazza di San Pietro. Così vediamo i diversi tipi dei presepi che abbiamo qui a Roma alla piazza di San Pietro. So I'm already here. You can see the various scenes, various depictions over time here in the Vatican of the nativity scene. Like I said, Pope Francis wrote the Admirabile Signum, admirable sign, enchanting image, to invite us to reflect on this wonder that was created in 1223 by St. Francis. From that document that Pope Francis wrote, I would want to highlight a few points, roughly 5 of them, by way of a summary, but just to highlight some points that as we view these things, these images, we can also begin to understand what they mean for us. The first one is that it bears a relationship with the Bible, both the Old and the New Testament. It is a summary of our understanding of the salvation history, of the way God came to save us, as we read in the scriptures, such that even those who are not educated, can already see and understand what the story of the birth of Jesus is about. The second point is the fact that God is with us, the reality of the presence of God who loves us and lives in our midst, in such a way that God, who is almighty and all-powerful, decided to become like a baby and so live among us, and so dwell among us helplessly. And that leads us to the third point, which is its relevance with the Holy Eucharist. The nativity scene bears a very strong relationship with the Bethlehem experience and its concrete realization in the Holy Eucharist that we celebrate at Mass every time we have the Mass celebrated. Because there we see God who has given himself to us just like a baby, to be broken, to be touched, to be eaten and to be shared. Just as St. John says in his first letter, we have seen him and we have touched him and we lived with him. We dwelt with him. Evangelization, to proclaim that indeed God is not a being who is away, but God is a being who lives amongst us, who is present with us, who gives us hope in spite of our struggling conditions, difficulties of life, that God is there with us. There was a vision from meditating on the crib. We are told that while someone was there at Greccio meditating on the scene that Francis created, he saw the very vision of Jesus himself, such that we begin to understand it when in the church we talk about images. The images are signs that lead us to the reality of the existence of God. The images, this for instance is not Jesus Christ. This image here, the child, is not Jesus Christ. Neither is this Mary, nor is this Joseph. But meditating, reflecting on the reality, we come to understand what God has done for us, how God has revealed his love for us. So you can see how beautiful this is. You can see this is a different dimension of it, a different depiction of it. As a matter of fact, the scenes also capture our reality. That's the last point that Pope Francis also highlights in Admirabile Signum. They capture our reality. And I remember as I'm speaking now, the presepe, the Christmas crib in my college this year, because we change it every year, bears the sign of the desert. Jesus who was born in the desert. And that is because this very year, we are celebrating our cultural year with the theme of ecology. So they had to highlight the reality of desertation, deforestation. So Jesus was made to be seen to be born in the desert, meaning he shares in the experience of those who are struggling. Our world today, battling climate change and other ecological disasters, that Jesus is present with us. Now look at this. See how beautiful it is. Che bella. You see, they are so beautiful. You can see them. Now, it's not just the beauty, it's the reality and the mystery that they evoke. Look at that's the globe and the Holy Spirit above it. That's another one. This one is really capturing the ecological dimension that I was making reference to. Above the waters, the Holy Family. This is more like what you see in Ijaw land, you know, living on the waters. That is where Jesus was born, here. So you stop, you think, you want to reflect, you want to see the human conditions to which God himself came to exist and have a share. And that is what Christmas is about. Yes, as we eat and drink and celebrate, the main message is that God is with us, Emmanuel. There is another one. This is like a castle, you know, like a palace. You can see. Carissimi amici, appena finito mostrare I presepi qui alla piazza di San Pietro. Sono I doni natalizi che abbiamo ricevuto nella storia della Chiesa, che come vediamo sono bellissimi. Sono quasi 100 presepi che sono mostrati qui nella piazza. Che bella! Ho dovuto mostrarli così che tutti noi li vediamo. Anche se ho parlato in inglese, però abbiamo visto che come sono bellissimi questi presepi. 100 presepi qui in Vaticano. Siamo all'ingresso. We are at the entrance into the very place, the balcony. 100, as you can see, that's 100 presepi, 100 presepi in the Vatican, as you can see, where these crypts are displayed. If you like this video, please subscribe. When you subscribe, there is an advantage. It means you can automatically receive notifications when any video is uploaded to our channel. So endeavor to subscribe, and if you like it, please share with your dear ones. I would say that this is my Christmas gift to you. And so at this point, I would want to appreciate all of you for working with us these 3-4 months. We started this YouTube channel in September, and it's been 3 months so far. We thank all of you who have subscribed. We remember our first subscriber. We have him by name in our heads. We'll acknowledge him in due time. I also especially want to thank all those who have been behind the scene that you don't see. You only see me, but there are people who are behind the scene of my social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, even WhatsApp, and of course this YouTube channel. Kene Ozegbe, a religious, Mrs. Theresa Onyilo, and others too who have been there to give their corrections, Mrs. Augusta, and others who have made their contributions, and Fada Stan. I want to use the opportunity to say thank you to all of you, and ask you that as we enter into the new year, continue to journey with us. Continue to give us your positive, continue to give us your objective criticisms and evaluations, and please continue to share. We hope to see you next year. But for now, Merry Christmas. Buon Natale. Ciao.